Welcome to the third episode of the Wizard and the Kid Elton John album review show. This is GregsynthWizard.
And this is Stan. Hi.
Hello, Stan. Before we get into it, I have to say one thing here. Why weren't you available last week?
I'm sorry, just things went a little screwy and I had tons and tons of schoolwork I had to do, so I'm sorry.
Oh, that's the excuse, huh? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's... Alright, fine. I'll let it off this time, but if it happens again, I'm gonna fly over to Holland and give you a piece of my mind, alright?
Yeah, I'd like to see you do that.
Yeah, I will film it and bootleg it and put it all over YouTube. And if you want a copy, I'll give you a free copy.
Ha!
Ha! Is right!
Yeah.
And so...
Sure.
Yeah, sure. So, okay. I actually got through the intro well here. Before we get into the actual, little review part and the preview for the songs, I'd like to give a shout-out to Mr. GFink2, who did a shout-out video, I think it was last week, on our Empty Sky and Elton John reviews. Thank you for the video. And we're going to dedicate this video to you because you took the time out of your busy day to review us. So, thank you. And you had some good stories about, when you were getting into Elton John and buying the vinyls back then. And thanks for correcting some of the stuff about, reprise instead of reprise. I've been mispronouncing that for years. So, so what we're going to do is I'm going to try to pronounce everything right on this review. And hopefully, get through this without screwing up. Isn't that right, Stan?
Yeah, sure, you're going to screw up anyway.
Well, whatever. Okay. Elton John's third studio album, Tumbleweed Connection, was released in October of 1970. And just as a quick correction on the last episode we did about the Elton John album, that was April of 1970. So I just wanted to get that out of the way. So yep, released in 1970 and reached number 5 on the Billboard Top 100 Albums chart. So this is a top 5 album for Mr. John. I'm just making sure it was number 5. Yes, it was. So yes, that's right. And it was certified platinum by 1998. So got some good successes on this album. So I just wanted to get that through, and we'll be back in just a few moments after the preview to give you our take on the album. All right?
Yep.
Yeah.
In the morning, with your leaf and butcher's there, he and Fuller heard the cock crow as he stumbled out the shed. When a blind Joe came to walking with a shotgun in his arms, he said, "You're paying me $20."
Okay, we are back for the main portion of our review here on Tumbleweed Connection. And the reason why I'm doing it in falsetto is because if you've heard some of the Wembley 85 shows, like December 14th and 19th, there's this lady screaming in the background, the set list. It says Tumbleweed Connection, and then Elton says, Tumbleweed Connection, on stage. So that's how we're going to say it, or at least that's how I'm going to say it. Plus, I need to warm my voice up because I sound a little bit more baritonal than usual. That's not good. But we're going to move on to... Shut up. So we're gonna move on to.
I didn't say anything.
I saw your eyes. I saw your facial expression twitch there. So we're gonna, and we actually have an even amount of songs here. We got 12 songs to go through because we're gonna be reviewing the version of the album from 1995 and the 2001 reissues. So it has the main album and the 2 bonus tracks. And because the 2008 deluxe edition of this album has like the demo versions of the songs and like the BBC sessions and some stuff. We'll get into that on like another future episode, like a different part. But we're just gonna do the normal studio stuff with bonus tracks on this one. So after the flip of the coin I did off camera, I won this one. So I'm gonna start this with the first song on side 1, and the song is called Ballad of a Well-Known Gun. And about this song, this album has kind of like it has some gospel elements, but it also has kind of like a country theme to it. It's kind of like a country. It's like a concept album of country western stuff. And And for the Ballad of Well Known Gun, I like it. I think it's a good opener and kind of sets the tone for the album, and it's a very solid song. 4 out of 5 for me.
Yeah, basically I agree. I think that it's a good song, though I have a slight preference for the birthday concert version. Anyways, great song. Probably 4 out of 5 too.
Yeah, it's a good opener. It's like I swear, we're 3 albums in, and even though I've heard some the other albums, Elton has a knack for putting a really good song to start off the album. Like every album has a good opener.
Yeah, most of the albums.
Yeah, even that one certain album from later in the decade with that one album that has Victim in it has a pretty decent opener considering the rest of the songs.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's not go.
Yeah, let's not go there. We're gonna focus on a good album here. Okay.
Yeah.
So we both. I like it. I think it's a good song. I believe it's your turn now.
Yeah. So we're going to Come Down in Time. And I've been afraid of talking about this song since we started this concept, because I know that this is a song that everybody's going like, oh, it's an Elton classic, and everybody's thinking it's a great song, and I'm like the only one that doesn't like it. It just doesn't do anything for me. I think it's very boring, the song, and doesn't go anywhere. The lyrics, in my part, are a bit confusing, though I must say it does draw a very good mood, which I can appreciate, which makes me endure the song, as if I can put it that way. But I think it's not one of the finest songs on the album. I'd probably say 1.5 out of 5, 2 out of 5, something like that.
Oh, I thought we were reviewing Tumbleweed Connection, not Victim of Love.
Shut up.
Wow. Not a fan of the song. That's I think you're the first person that I've spoken to or was in a conversation with that isn't a fan of the song. So wow. Kind of awkward now. No, I don't know what to say now because I didn't know you hated it. So well, I'll say that here's the thing. I love the song itself, but I prefer not the album version. If I wanted to listen to the song, I would listen to versions. If I wanted to hear the band version, I would hear the ones from like the '95 tour. Or if I wanted to hear it solo, I would rather hear Elton solo sing it in like the late '90s and the early in the 2003 2004 era. I think the song works much better solo than with a band, especially the ones from late '90s into the early mid 2000s.
I've never heard those versions, so I can't judge the song on that one. You don't like the song on the album, but I guarantee you will like the live versions at least a little better. The solo versions, you will. It's one of these songs where I think the mature voice sounds a lot better on it, because when I was listening to the song, I like it and I like the arrangement. And I prefer the solo. I prefer the solo version. It's like his youthful voice doesn't fit the song as well as, say, his more mature voice. It sounds like he's a little unsure on the delivery, and his low tones aren't solid. And I think what it takes is a more commanding, more wise, more mature voice. So my verdict is the album is okay. The album version's okay, but the song itself and the live versions are much better. So I will rank the album version of the song. I say the song itself is 4.5 out of 5. The studio version on this is 2 is 2.5 out of 5, and the mature live versions are 5 out of 5. And that sounds like an earful, but I sometimes bit my tongue, so there. Yeah. So then it's your turn again.
Oh, it is my turn. We have Country Comfort. This I like this one quite a bit. Not sure. I like the live one too. But focus on the studio version. We have our friends. Caleb Quay again. Caleb Quay is our guitar maestro on this album. So yep, look at the liner notes and it's I like the song in general, and I give it like a 4 out of 5. I think it's a good song. I like it.
Yeah, I like it too. I think I'd probably give it 4.5 out of 5. I think it's a great song. Really love listening to it, and it really conveys the country feel of the album really well. I also like the live version that we're gonna get to on Here and There. But there's my verdict, 4.5 out of 5.
All right. And so you have
Father.
Yes, you do. Son of your father.
And I really like this song. I don't think it's a real Elton jam, but I really like the song. I really like the story it's telling. I really laughed the first time I heard this song, because it's like sometimes I have these quarrels with my brother, and they're never as extreme as the ending never is as extreme as in this song, but it's like overexposing these quarrels we had. So I really laughed at some of the resemblances in there. Anyway, I think it's a really good song, 4 out of 5. Yeah.
All right. Son of Your Father. I dig this song. It's actually one of my favorites on the album. What I like about Elton's early albums is he has this. His early stuff has a lot of gospel influence stuff with the choirs and the backing vocals are very gospel influence. And I really like the song in general. I'd say 4.5 out of 5. It's one of my favorites.
Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those top tier songs on the album for me. That's definitely in the top. I would say the top 3 songs.
Okay, well, then it's your turn.
It is my turn, and we have the song called "My Father's Gun." He has a 30-06 upstairs where he hunts deer with. But My Father's Gun. My take on it is I generally do like it. It's pretty good, but I think it would have benefited if the song was a little shorter and would not be about 6 minutes or so. I think it would have sounded better if they kept the same song, because I think it kind of drags a little bit, but if it stopped at around the 4-minute mark or something, I think it would have worked a little bit better, but I do like the general sound of it. But I would give it. I still like it. It's still pretty good. I would give it like a 3.5 out of 5.
Yeah, I think I can agree with that. I wouldn't really say that it drags. It lasts long. I give you that, but dragging is, I think, a bit exaggerated. What I think is funny is if you look at the deluxe version, yes, I'm going to talk about it anyways, is that it includes a version of it which only takes about 4 minutes. And it's really interesting to hear the song in a much shorter version than the original. And I think the song works well in both the how you put it, both the versions of the song work really well. But I probably agree to a 3.5 out of 5. Yeah. I'll give that other version a listen to, just see what I think about that, and I'll probably mention that in somewhere down the line. We have
since it's an even number coming up, track 6, you start.
Yep. Where to now, St. Peter? Well, I think it's a really good song. It's, again, I don't think it's one of those Elton jams that's out there, but I think it's really one. By the way, there is an Elton jam coming up, in my opinion. But I think this is still a good song. It's fun to listen to, and I'd probably give it like 4 out of 5, 3.5 out of 5, something like that.
Oh, this is all right. Where to now, St. Peter? I love it, and I love the song, and the ones I'm most familiar with are, you know, of course, the live versions from the '82 tour and the '79 tour, but you know, I give the studio stuff a chance and I listen to it, so don't worry. I'm not like so into the live stuff that I forget that Elton did studio albums. But I gotta say, listen to the one on the studio version kind of threw me for a loop, because it's more of like a mellow version compared to like the more hard rock and up tempo ones from like the tour, the '82 tour. And you know, yeah. Caleb Quay does this very unique guitar playing throughout. It's almost like I would describe it as like spacey and mystical and like textured. It's very, yeah. I like it. And
if this works, I think the mystical nature that the studio version have suits the song better than the hard rock version, because of the context in the content of the lyrics.
Yeah, because like when I listen to the studio version, I think of myself like actually out on like this like very peaceful body of water, you know, like the canoe, and just, you know, with, you know, like someone playing the guitar parts, you know, to me or something. But you know, the live version's a totally different animal. But I do like this version on the studio a lot. I actually like it a lot, to the point where I would give it 4.5 out of 5, because it is another one of my favorites on the album.
Okay, so next song, your turn.
Love song. All right. This one is kind of like a duet. This is kind of like a song where we have Elton and Leslie Duncan doing vocals on it, and Leslie Duncan did the guitar as well. And this song got some play live in the '70s, and was prominently featured on the '86 tour with you know, with his '86 band. And that's actually how I started hearing the song, was the '86 tour, and the first version I heard was like Los Angeles with like the scratchy voice. So that's kind of something, but at least I heard better versions than that down the line. But the album version is it's unique. I say it. I like the song. I don't love the song, but it's, you know, it's in kind of like the middle for me. I give it a 3 out of 5. It's okay. I don't hate it.
I'll have to disagree with you there. Again, it's like with Calm Down in Time.
You know. Okay? Oh yeah, I've a cameo appearance.
Again.
Yeah. Again, but except off camera this time. She was just giving me sign language. I was lip reading.
Oh, I was gonna say, do you want?
Oh, look at this cameo appearance. Oh, look what I got to help me through this review.
Look what other goodies you got.
That's Stan from the Netherlands. We're reviewing the Elton John albums.
Well, tell Stan, look what Mama bought you.
Oh, Mama bought me this. What else did you get me? Why don't we just put this on the review, you know?
3 brand spanking pairs of black dress socks.
Look at that. Hold on. You see these?
There's
dress socks. Look at this. So solid jet black right here. You can't get better than this.
Microwave dishes for work.
Oh yeah, right there. Microwave dishes for work.
Another pair of nice socks.
Oh, more socks right here. There we go.
And I think that's it. Everything else is for me.
There we go. See, there we go.
And shampoo.
Oh,
is that sounding back to you?
Oh, that's my sister Brooke. Hey, we got 2 cameo appearances. Oh, and the dog's over there
This
too.
is your lucky day.
My lucky day there. I better get paid for this. So yeah, hey, here's it. The socks don't agree with your review on Love Song, and I don't think the cookie dough bites do. But go ahead and keep talking about Love Song.
What was I?
You said you didn't like it, and it was like Come Down in Time.
Yeah, it's like with Come Down in Time. It's this song that I hear everybody likes, and I don't like it at all. It's I'd probably even say that Come Down in Time is better than this song, because this song, when I first heard it, it started out and I went like, interesting, and then after about half a minute I was bored. It's just Elton's vocals sound as flat as they can be. There's no emotion conveyed anywhere, and the backing vocals don't make it any better. They just sound just as dead as Elton's vocals do, and the guitar just it seems like it keeps going on and on with the same rhythm and the same melody, and it's the song I usually skip when I listen to this album. I just don't like it at all.
Boo. But I'll send you a link to the...
1.5 or 1 out of 5. There you go.
Oh, I can't believe it. Oh, Leslie Duncan's going to be pissed off. But actually, I think she's not living anymore. If that's the case, she's turning over in her grave. But I do agree that Come Down in Time is a better song than this one. But, you know, I can't say I hate this Love Song for some reason. I don't know. It's probably because I've heard the 86 Detroit version so much that that's the kind of the version I go to for the song. I give the live versions a chance. But just not the versions from, like, New York 86 or L.A. or Worcester, because those are awful. But you know, it's not great. It's not one of my favorites, but it's okay. I don't hate it. That's my take on it.
Okay, so I'm Arena, and it's my turn.
Yes.
I think this is again a very fun song, and again I'm gonna keep repeating myself in this review. I don't think it's one of those Elton gems. I just really like this song. Probably say 4 out of 5, 4.5 out of 5, something like that. Really like it. It's a good song. Your turn.
All right, let me just pop some candy. Okay. I gotta think. Leave me alone. All right, Amarina. He pretty much summed it up. I generally agree. I like the song. I think it's a very good song, and I enjoy listening to it. And solid 4 out of 5. Good song. Like it. Not much to say.
Talking Old Soldiers, and it's your turn.
Talking Old Soldiers. We're like talking old soldiers right here. We're reminiscing about the good times we had when we were listening to these albums and songs. And speaking of soldiers, in this battle right now, I don't know who's winning this one, but we'll find out at the end. But talking about soldiers, I don't hate the song. It's not one of my favorites, but I prefer the live version from the House of Blues over. I think it sounds a lot better than the studio version. I give this one it's in that okay category. I don't skip the song. I think it's like in that 3 to 3.5 range, but I would give the one from the House of Blues a 4 because he sounds really good and much better than the one on this studio album from 1970. Your turn.
Well, I wouldn't also not say that this song is one of my favorites, but I do really like the story that it's telling. I think the story is great, and some of the moments in the song I really like. I think the ending is great. but sometimes it just drags just a really little bit. It just drags sometimes, like it's telling the same things again and again and again. I'd probably give it 3.5 out of 5.
All right, so it's in the middle there.
Yep.
Okay, so track 10, which ends the original album from 1970, and I believe that is You. I'll start.
Yeah, I just sneezed.
I just sneeze out all that fail. Come on, let's do it.
Okay, Burn Down the Mission. Well, classic album. I really like the song, so I probably prefer. I prefer the '86 version with a Melbourne Symphony Orchestra over this version, like 10 million times. I think it's a good. The song's great. I just don't really care much for this version. I must admit, the first time I heard this song was on the Barcelona DVD, and I thought it rocked really well. I thought it was one of the few standout songs on that DVD, because as Greg knows, I don't really care for that DVD. Then I heard the Symphony Orchestra version, and I thought the version was even better. And then I thought, oh my god, the studio's version is gonna be great. And it was a bit of a letdown, to be honest, compared to the other versions.
Yeah, because you're starting off with the epic live ones.
So that might be why I view it in a rather negative light. So I'd probably give the song 4.5 or even 5 out of 5. But this version, I think I'll stick to a 4 out of 5. It's not a bad version, don't get me wrong, it's not a bad version, it's just not the best version out there.
If you want the bad versions, the 88-89 tour. And then, New York 86. But my take on the song is it's a 5 out of 5 song for me. This is probably, I think this is the best song on the main album. But like you said, I prefer the live versions over the studio ones. If you want the live version, I go for it, because you mentioned Barcelona and then the orchestra one. The ones from the UK 85 tour, 86 tour, that's the versions to go for. He sounds flawless and perfect on that one. 12-14, 85, and 12-19, 85 are the versions that I listen to every day. And even Boo Boo Kitty agrees with that. Even the cat even the cat has to make a cameo appearance. But yeah, I say I agree with you. The song itself, 5 out of 5. Love the song. Prefer the live version over the studio version. Not that the studio version's bad, but the live version just kicks ass.
Yeah.
And okay, so this would end this ends the main album. However, we have 2 bonus tracks. So I guess since we're going by numerical order, this would be number 11 out of the 12, and it's an odd number. Since I'm odd, I guess I have to start.
Definitely.
Into the Old Man's Shoes. I like it. I think it's a good song. I think it should have been on the album. I would have swapped out probably. I would have swapped out Love Song or Talking Old Soldiers maybe, and put that on the album. I would put. I'd give that a good 4, maybe 4.5 out of 5. I love the song. I like it.
I adore this song. I think it's one of those really hidden album jams that's out there. I think it's. I would top this song over, and people are gonna despise me for saying this, I would top this song over anything on the original album. If I had to replace it, I'd probably replace Love Song, as you pointed out. I just love this song, and I even think the demo version, again on the deluxe version, which has an extra verse to it, so that's very interesting. But is a little shorter than the original studio cut. even because it's on this kind of honky-tonk piano that's not completely in tune. I think that provides a very interesting version of the song too. I'd definitely give this a 5 out of 5 rating. Definitely.
Yep. So it looks like we both agree that this should have been on the main album.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's one of those. It's one of those bonus songs that I'm like, I think it would have sounded great on the actual album. I mean, if there was enough space, I wouldn't have getting rid of a song or anything. But yeah, he's trying to pull on my wires here. But I don't know if I don't know if Boo Boo agrees. But I think that Into the Old Man's Shoes would have been a great fit for the album.
I would say this, and along with the bonus track that we will get to from an album in 1983, is one of those few bonus tracks that I would prefer over most of the material on the album that it's a bonus track of.
I think the album I'm referring to is Too Low for Zero.
Yeah, and the song I'm referring to is.
Well, I wouldn't know. I'll probably find that out later, but that's gonna be hard because I love that album a lot. Oops, shouldn't have said that. I just spoiled the review. Whatever.
Hey.
Well, they'll forget. Okay. So we both agree that this song is great and should have been on the main album. Good. So so we don't have to fight over that one. Okay. So this is the final song on our review, track 12, or. The bonus track, it's the next one. Go ahead, your turn.
Oh yeah. This is Madman Across the Water, the original version. And I must honestly say, I can't tell the difference. I noticed that the instrumental part is a bit longer. And honestly, I think because that is the big difference, I prefer the studio version from Madman Across the Water itself. Because I think this version... At one point, I think it's around the 3-minute mark, I just start to lose interest in this version of the song. I just don't really like it. I'd probably give it 3 out of 5, something like that, to 2.5 out of 5. I love the song, as you'll find out in our next review. I just don't really care for this version.
Alright, the original Madman Across the Water with Mick Ronson playing the guitar as opposed to Davy Johnston. Because on the one from Madman Across the Water, you have Davy Johnston and then Chris Spedding doing the guitar work, and then here you have Mick Ronson on doing guitar work. I think that I like both versions a lot, because I've always been a sucker for instrumental kind of songs, and with like a song that's like a longer song with like a nice instrumental kind of thing with a solo on it. I've always loved that kind of stuff. I don't know what version I would prefer, because I actually like them both pretty equally, and I think the song is awesome. So, I just like, I don't know what to say in terms of stars, because I give the song itself a 5 out of 5, like the Madman Across the Water, but for this version, I don't know if I prefer it over the Madman version or vice versa, but I like both versions.
Okay.
So that's what I'll say.
Okay, so that's it, I guess.
Yeah, we got all 12 songs done. Because we did the main album and then with the 2 bonus songs, because we'll do the demos and other stuff on other episodes.
Yeah.
So as you can tell, as you can see on the okay, so we got that part done. All right, for the people watching us, we got the main bulk of the review done, and yeah, because we were debating. And let's see, how would I chalk this up to comparing to the previous Elton album? Elton albums. I still think this blows Empty Sky out of the water, no question. However, if I compare this to the self-titled album, ouch. It's a little closer. If I were to count just the main songs, I would put this a half step down. But if I were to include the bonus tracks, I would put it just about equal.
Difficult. They're actually two completely different styles, so it's a very difficult thing to compare them. I would say that without the bonus tracks, I'd probably set the Elton John album higher, though I don't really listen much to either of them, to be honest. I'd say set the Elton John album higher. I agree it blows Empty Sky out of the way, but if you were to include the bonus tracks, I'd definitely put Tumbleweed up a notch above the Elton John album, just because of the Into the Old Man's Shoes, which I love so freaking much. So that's it.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. Also, as the wild card section, to tell you the credits on the album, because we have to tell people who plays on what. Okay. Yes, I will admit I am looking off the notes on this one. For a ballad of a well-known gun, you have Caleb Quaye plays guitar on all the tracks on the album. He was a very good guitarist. Still is a fine musician today. He is a staple of these early Elton albums, I tell you. And then Roger Pope plays drums on Ballad of a Well-Known Gun, and Dave Glover is the bassist. And backing vocals, you have my text got cut off, so I fucked that up. But Dusty Springfield and Leslie Duncan and Tony Hazard are the three vocalists that didn't get chopped off on the credits there. I mean, I'll look on the other one. Come Down in Time, Barry Morgan, who I don't believe is related to Charlie Morgan. I'll ask him. Barry Morgan's the drummer. Herbie Flowers is the bassist. Chris Lawrence plays acoustic bass. Les Thatcher is the acoustic guitar player. I think it's Skyla Conga is the harp player, and Carl Jenkins is the oboe player. Country Comfort.
Piano Elton John, acoustic guitar Caleb Quaye, acoustic 12-string guitar Les Thatcher, steel guitar Gordon Huntley, violin Johnny Van Derek, bass guitar Herbie Flowers, drums Barry Morgan, harmonica Ian Duck, very funny name. Backing vocals Dee Murray and Nigel Olsson. Son of Your Father, piano Elton John, lead guitar Caleb Quaye, bass guitar Dave Glover, drums Roger Pope, harmonica Ian Duck, still a funny name. Backing vocals Sue and Sonny, Madeline Bell, Kay Gardner, Leslie Duncan, and Tammy Hunt. Shut up. My Father's Gun, piano Elton John. You wanted me to go through this, so shut up. Acoustic guitar Caleb Quaye, bass guitar Dave Glover, drums Roger Pope, backing vocals Dusty Springfield, Madeline Bell, Kay Gardner, Leslie Duncan, Tony Hazard, Tony Burrows.
Can I do a song?
Where to Now St. Peter, piano Elton John, lead and acoustic guitars Caleb Quaye, bass guitar Dave Glover, drums Roger Pope, backing vocals Dee Murray and Nigel Olsson.
Love song.
Well, we covered that already. Marina, piano and organ Elton John, lead guitar Caleb Quaye, bass guitar Dee Murray, drums Nigel Olsson, talking old soldiers, just Elton John on the piano, and vocals of course. Burn Down the Mission, piano Elton John, organ Brian Deeb, acoustic guitars Mike Egan and Les Thatcher, bass guitar Herbie Flowers, acoustic bass Chris Lawrence, drums Barry Morgan, congas and tamarind Robin Jones, and backing vocals Elton John. There, that's a bit faster than you would have done.
Hey,
you can thank that later.
No, you fucked up. So there you go. So there. I also would like to.
Which way did I fuck up? Tell me.
Oh, let's see. Burn Down the Mission. Let's see here. Barry Morgan drums, Herbie Flowers bass, acoustic bass, Chris Lawrence, Robin Jones percussion, Mike Egan and Les Thatcher guitars, and Brian D is the organ player. There.
Yeah, I said that.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention because I was going like this. But
yeah, so that counts as a fill for you.
Fine,
right?
fine. But I also would like to add. All the backing vocals because I have a sheet of paper here with all of them on here now. Nigel and Dee are on here on this album doing backing vocals, so you'll hear those awesome harmonies. Also, Leslie Duncan, Kay Gardner, Tammy Hunt, Tony Burrows, Dusty Springfield, Madeline Bell, and Puck.
I have to ask you this question. Why are you repeating what I just said?
Because I wanted to.
Look, it's over here. It's over here. I went through this list of the titles.
Because
there.
you did it one way, I did it the other way.
Yeah, and your way sucks.
Oh, your way sucks.
No, because my way was a lot faster.
That doesn't mean anything. I also like to add that Paul Buckmaster does an amazing job on this album again with his orchestral conducting. And Gus Dudgeon is a phenomenal producer. So, there.
Wow.
Anything else you'd like to add?
Yeah, you just didn't say anything that we didn't know already.
No, you didn't say Paul Buckmaster.
No, that's true. I admit I haven't mentioned Paul Buckmaster.
There, I did. So that's some useful info for the casual listener. And Gus Dudgeon, I did that too.
The casual listener who will have tuned off by now because they don't give a shit about who's playing on what song.
Yeah, well, people need to know. This is Elton John we're talking about.
Yeah, and I don't care. It doesn't actually say anywhere that Paul Buckmaster did the arrangement, so I don't know whether that's a complete screw-up from the reissue.
It's right here on the sheet of paper. It says he did he was the conductor.
Yeah, but it's no. Hang on, I just came across something.
It's got to be on there. You just can't read. That's probably what it is.
It's on a different. They mention him on a different page. There he is.
See,
and it says arranger, not conductor.
Well, it said the conductor on this one. So whatever. He's on the album somewhere.
Yeah, where did you get that information?
Elton John. No, I did not get it on Wikipedia. I got it from EltonJohn.com.
Oh, well, that's an interesting twist.
What I did was I copy-pasted it.
You didn't pay for the information?
No? What do you think? I copy-pasted the info.
Yeah, so you just received an F for your essay.
No, I did not. No F on this essay. I did that for reference purposes. You know I did.
Yeah, sure. They all say that.
Oh no!
Right,
oh
so
no!
I think that about covers it for all of you.
I'm not done with you yet. First of all, when we get to the next album, what is it? Madman Across the Water. I'm gonna make sure that I win this one 4 times in a row.
Yeah, I don't even think you won last 2 times.
Yes, I did.
Yeah? Who said so?
I said so.
Yeah, screw you.
How about you? Did you think you won this one?
Probably not, because I'm tired as hell, and I just said some very nasty things about songs that everybody seems to love except me. So I'll probably be lynched and left for the masses to rot.
Leave your comments down here and lynch them on the comments right here. I give you full permission to do that. Come on, put the comments down there.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna sign off right here, right now, because I can't take it ananymore.
You can't take the abuse anymore. Okay.
So I think that's about it from my part.
All right, so we will be back hopefully next week if Mr. Kid over here doesn't mess up again with Madman Across the Water. And hello G-Fink 2 if you're watching this one.
Yeah. So that's it.
That's it. So we'll see you later.
do.